1-800-GAMBLER.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to
Under 5 to play. Brunson looks, Brunson drives, Brunson shoots, ties the game. Brunson gets away from Castle, the floater's up and good. Jalen Brunson with another answer. 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knick fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
off my stage. I'm the Sandman. Get the
Welcome in Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce, Wes Moore off today and off most of the week. Wes will be back on Friday as Out of Bounds goes to Twin Peaks, a perfect place to watch any of the sporting events you want to watch. And there's been a lot, Todd. There's been plenty of sports over the weekend. There was plenty to watch. We got College World Series, and during this week, there's going to be plenty to watch still. We got College World Series, World Cup got off to a good start, especially for U.S., and a lot of scoring and all matches all together. Stanley Cup Final ended last night. We had UFL football, Louisville Kings get it done over D.C. Defenders. Last night, or Saturday night, NBA Finals, Knicks get it done over Spurs, 94-90. They had another comeback win, and it's the first title for Knicks in 53 years.
That's the first time in my lifetime that the Knicks have won an NBA title.
Absolutely. Me too. Same here. They won the title a couple months before I was born.
Oh, really? In 73? Okay.
Yes, yeah. So this is a first. It's historic. A lot of people been waiting a long time to see a Knicks win and them walk away as NBA champions. Finally got a chance to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I went into the series thinking that it was going to be a toss-up either way, but the more the series went on, the more I found myself and realizing that the Knicks hadn't won since 73. I was like, all right, well, it's time for them, and so that's what wound up happening. Is just like once OG Anunoby had that tip in, I was like, the series is over.
Oh, is that how you felt? You felt like that after Game 4? There were some thoughts about that, but Spurs, they're a tough team. Most of these games were close. They had a lead in every game, so they won one. Knicks beat them 4-1 in 5 games, but they had a double-digit lead in every game, including the 4 games that they lost. And so that in itself, it's historic for Knicks to get it done after 53 years, but that in itself is historic. You come back from double-digit deficits in every game and you come away with a win, and it wasn't an extended series. It was a 5-game series. And so for a perfect world, NBA, they would love to see a 7-game series. But Knicks throughout this playoff run, they were dominant. They were 16-3 overall, losing 1 game in the finals and had 13 straight wins leading up to that 1 loss. They were just incredible this year.
Well, and when you realize that, they had that 16-game winning streak after falling 2-1 behind Atlanta in the first round, you knew that this was going to be something special for the Knicks. And, even myself as a very casual NBA fan, I was like, all right, well, they've certainly got my attention.
Yeah, they captured a lot of people's attention. I think there was still plenty of doubt, though, going into this series, where the thought was whoever came out of Western Conference, Spurs, OKC Thunder, defending champs, there was a lot of talk of this is the NBA championship here.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever team wins here is going to roll in NBA Finals. And so Knicks, even with that incredible win streak they had leading up, they were still being overlooked.
No respect.
And it was even being talked about in a sense of, well, how good is Eastern Conference? How good is competition that they played against leading up to this? We're going to see, and there was thought that they would be exposed once they got to finals, and they seem to just get stronger. Now, they didn't have the dominant wins that they did leading up to it, but you could still see that they were a team that looked like they were on a mission.
Wins are wins, whether it's by 2 points or 20. So that's all that matters, really. And as far as getting exposed, you know who got exposed? Victor Wembanyama. He is not a shot creator like everyone was hoping that he might become. And for being 7'5", I mean, I realize his game so far has not been one that's been back to the basket, but he's got to develop something along that line to help him out. He just can't be sitting 35 feet out and jacking threes.
He worked with Hakeem Olajuwon over the last summer, and he probably will get back in the gym with him again, but there are several players that take that route. They want to learn dream shake. They want to learn how it is to play post the way that traditionally NBA players have played, and just learn from one of the greats of the game. And so a staple of any great player is adding something to your game every summer, every offseason when you have downtime, and he knows what he needs to work on. Even if he was complete at this point, he would still try to add something to his game and become an even better player overall.
Yeah, that's how you evolve. That's how you get better. And by a lot of people's estimation, the Spurs made the finals this year a year early. I mean, when you're the youngest team to make the NBA Finals since the 77 Trailblazers, yes, that's an accomplishment in and of itself. And if I'm the Spurs, I take a look at this series and use it as, to your point, a learning opportunity, growth opportunity. Okay, where did we fall short? How do we get better? What do I do to make sure that happens? That's where the Spurs go moving forward.
Yeah, they have a lot to work on, but as you mentioned, young team, got a lot of young pieces in place, and they'll be good for years to come. Now, Victor Wembanyama, something else that may have not necessarily gotten exposed, but just maybe opened some eyes for some people. He was Defensive Player of the Year, hands down, and he was unanimous in that stint also. His Karl Anthony Towns, when he wasn't in foul trouble and he was able to be on the floor from an offensive standpoint, he gave Victor some problems defensively. He was able to get by him, and a little surprisingly at times. And Victor is one of those players that he has the length where if a player does get by him,
then he can make up for it with that length.
He makes up for it with it, and a lot of times it was thought that he was making up for it with speed also, but he kept getting beat off the dribble by Karl Anthony Towns. So it looked like his speed may not be up to par as well.
Well, and that's going to be the thing that gets him ultimately in the end. Yes, it's good to have that length to where you can make it up, but you got to be in a position to do it. And if your feet aren't quick enough to get you to that point you need to be, then you either need to work on your footwork or figure something else out.
Yeah, and we're going to take some calls today on the show. If you want to get in, you can call 501-661-1037. Same for Middleton Heat and Air text line, 501-661-1037. It is a weekend recap brought to you by Fleet Management Services. And as we mentioned off the top, there were several sporting events over the weekend. we're going to talk about quite a bit of them. UFC Freedom 250 that happened last night. Usually you see these big UFC events, they happen on Saturday nights, but they lined it up, happened on Sunday night. It was in line at the White House with President Trump's 80th birthday,
Right.
with Flag Day. So there was a lot going on. They had fireworks. They had 80,000 people at the National Mall and just taking it all in. And it was one of those really great atmospheres to see some great fights. And there were some great ones. Let's go to the phones and talk to David. What's up, David?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good.
Hey, I got two things. OKC will be back next year.
Oh, yeah.
And, okay, but I'll let Nick just get one. They need to get one every now and then.
It's been way too long, David.
About that fight last night, man. What y'all think about Gaethje, man? He not just come out there and kick dude's ass in that third round. In the third round, I thought they was going to call it. Then they called it the fourth round.
Yeah.
Man, he beat the dog snot out of that dude.
He did. And that was maybe a bit of a surprise for some, but Brian Edwards, Vegas Insider, when he came on with us on Friday, he took Gaethje, and Gaethje was plus 400. It was really nice money on Gaethje.
Oh, I wish I'd have put some money on him. 'Cause I guarantee you. And that heavyweight fight with that white guy fought Johnson, I guess that big black guy.
Yeah.
Man, he got that dude down, man, and he took that dude down from the start of the fight. I mean, I don't know, that dude was. It's like they set up people that was 15 years younger or older than, age difference in the fight. I don't know why they set that up like that.
Well, Derek Lewis is a popular fighter, and at this point in his career, he's fought 43 times. He has 29 wins, 14 losses. So he has half as many losses as he has wins, but he's a popular fighter. People love seeing him. They love seeing his celebrations. If he wins fights, and President Trump specifically asked, why wasn't he on this card? So he got added to the card, and he fought against a guy that was on a mission. Josh Hokett is now 10-0. He was 9-0 going into it, and this guy's undefeated.
Sure. You hear what he said to him? He told dude, "Don't you lay down on me, old man." He said, "You lay down on me, I'm going to chase you to the parking lot, and I'm really going to whoop your ass." I go, wow. That's crazy. All right, guys. You have a good one.
You too. Take care, David. Yeah, there were 7 fights. And when these fights were first announced, the card was first announced, there was a lot of backlash there saying that it wasn't a good card. They expected more. I think the expectation of more was they probably thought there were going to be more fights altogether. But in a sense of being 7 fights, and at one time it was 6, it ended up being that more intimate setting, which it was because it's at the White House, with security the way that it has to be. Not many people were going to be in attendance on the actual grounds, but you got the best that you could get from each and every one of these fights, and fans are always looking for finishes, whether it's knockouts, submissions. You got a KO or TKO in all 7 fights.
That's pretty rare to do, is it not? To have it happen in every bout on the card?
I'd be willing to say, Todd, it's never happened before on a UFC card.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it would seem to be pretty rare to me. I mean, I don't really follow UFC all that closely, but yeah, I mean, even just to me, it sounds like something that doesn't happen all that often, if at all.
No, because you're going to have some fights where the matchups are, you're going to have 2 fighters, like in that final match where it was actually called, but you could see that Ilia Topuria, even though he was getting beaten from the time the fight started. Now, he had his moments also, but you could see that he did not want to give up. And he actually wanted to go out for that 5th round. His brother even said, we're going to finish the fight. And then somebody else from the corner called the fight, said, no, we can't do it. We can't do it anymore. And you could see his face was just battered. and he didn't need to take any more punishment at that point.
Yeah, I mean that's good on whoever in his corner recognized that it was over at that point, rather than just trying to, continue on and muddle through it and take any more unnecessary punishment. That, like I said, that's good on whoever in the corner recognized, now this is done. It's got to end right here.
Let's go back to the phones and talk to Lewis. What's up, Lewis?
Hey, Joe and Todd, how you doing?
Doing good.
Doing well.
Good. I hadn't had a chance to talk to you in a while, but
yeah, how you been?
Of course,
how you been, Lewis?
I've been doing great, man. What about yourself?
Oh man, everything's good. We're enjoying
good.
this time that we're in with all these sports going on, and it's just a great time overall.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm kind of like Todd. I'm except on the soccer end. I'm not that big of a soccer guy, but that's pretty exciting going on. And then, but what I really wanted to talk about was the NBA Finals, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you was talking about Victor a while ago, where he also, I'm like Todd, he kind of got exposed, but where he also got exposed, of course, was on the physicality part of it. That's why Cat was able to beat him off the dribble and get around him sometimes. It's because he was playing him physical, not just on defense, but on offense as well. He would lean his body into him and, kind of get him, just a hair off step. And when you do that, you can take him to the hole. And you remember that? Did you see that one time where Bronson did that stop on him and took him to the hole and scored on him?
Yeah, Bronson is a master around the rim, man. He knows how to get to his spots and certain angles. And you'll have a lot of players, when they see Wemby in the lane, they'll stop and they'll go the other way. They'll look for somebody to pass out to. Brunson is still trying to get his shot off over Wemby at all times.
Yeah, that's I love that mentality, man. It don't matter how big or how small he is. Like you said, he's going to try to take you to the hole. So I like that mentality. And then the other thing is that when they put in what's the other big center? Mitchell, is it Mitchell Robinson?
Mitchell Robinson, yes.
Yeah. See, he played him physical too, and so when you got two big guys, both of them pushing 7 foot, leaning on you like that, and then Robinson, he looks like he's stronger than Cat, so that's why he got that offensive rebound, because he was just able to bulldoze him.
Man, that was so impressive too, Lewis. When he got the rebound, he was able to secure it with them swiping at the ball and pass it out to one of his teammates.
Absolutely. And I think Anunoby wound up hitting the extra free throw, didn't he?
Yes, yeah.
On that play, I believe.
And even down the stretch, it got kind of dicey because Anunoby missed a free throw, or somebody missed a free throw. And also, they had two players that missed one free throw each when they could have put it out of reach and been up by 5. They were still kind of hanging and lingering around in that area where it was a 3-point game, and finally they made it a 4-point game at the end.
It was actually 3 because Brunson missed one too. Remember?
Oh yeah.
It was Brunson, Hart, and Anunoby. They all missed the free throw. They could have put it, like you said, could have put it away, without being any kind of stress. But I'm not a Knicks fan, a huge Knicks fan or anything. But I loved it because I don't like San Antonio. So, it was, for me, it was the lesser of two evils. But I'm also with who was that? Coach Swinton that was on there the other day said he liked Stephen A. Smith.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Was that? Yeah, I'm a Stephen A. Smith fan too. Even though he always getting on my Cowboys all the time, but I still like it.
Man, you know what he does. He wants to push buttons. That's it.
Oh yeah. But he is right about. I mean, I gotta admit, he's right about his Cowboy fan. Not necessarily me, because right now I'm not. I'm like I don't really know what to think about him. You know what I mean? But he's right. The majority of them, they think it's going to be that year every year. So I do understand where he's coming from on that. But no, I'm happy for him and all the other ride and die fans that they have, because I mean, those guys go to the games, whether they're like a few years ago, to where they was 37 and 47. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
you still had all those stars were still there supporting them. So they're not jumping on the bandwagon now. They've been there for years. So you gotta like that.
They made some moves here in the past few years. Of course, it started with Jalen Brunson signing him as a free agent, but then they traded for Anunoby. They traded for Mikal Bridges.
Yep.
So they've made the right moves here over the past 3 years or so in building this roster to where they wanted to have it, and they felt like even going back to last year, they were good enough to compete for a championship. And you see, with a couple of tweaks, making a coaching change, they get over the hump.
Yeah. In fact, didn't they make it to the conference finals last year and lose to Indiana?
Made it to the conference finals and made a coaching change. Unheard of.
Yep. I know it. When I first heard they was changing coaches, I wasn't real happy about it. But hey, they knew what they were doing apparently because it paid off for them big time. And didn't they trade for Josh Hart as well?
They yes, I think they did. I think they may have traded because they got the Villanova 3. They got them all back together.
Yep.
They even had DiVincenzo, so they had the
Villanova
Villanova
that's what I was just
4.
about to say, yeah.
And then when they made the trade for Cat, then DiVincenzo got traded in that trade to Timberwolves.
Yeah, I hate that for him because I was just about to bring him up that they had him as well. So yeah, that would have been good for him though. But hopefully he might win one in Minnesota or somewhere else. Well, all right, Joe, man, it's good to talk to you guys, man.
All right, always good talking to you, Lewis. Take care.
All right.
Let's go back to the phones and talk to Sean in Little Rock. What's up, Sean?
What's going on, Joe?
Man, celebrating all these championships that have happened.
All these championships, it's amazing. But I got a comment and a question.
Okay.
My comment is, everybody knows if you up by 29 points, why are you shooting 3-pointers? That made absolutely no sense. Every time they got a lead, and it seemed like to me, my comment is really about the coach. I almost would like to get that coach fired because he did not manage that game well. When you up by so many points, you take Victor out, you let him rest. If they get within 7 or 5, you put him back in. You got to manage him because they took advantage of him. He got tired, he got sloppy, he got clumsy, and he didn't make good decisions. Neither did De'Aaron Fox. That's my comment. Now, my question is to you, Joe. Do you see a similar game from Darius Acuff to Jalen Brunson? And I'm going to hang up and listen.
Okay. Appreciate it, Sean. Yeah, there can be some similarities. One person that Acuff has been compared to, he's been compared to Allen Iverson, and I think the comparisons there come from even going with the shoe deal with Reebok. But yeah, there's some similarities that are there. Darius Acuff, he's a fantastic player, but as we see with these good/great players, there's still more that they can add to their games also. He's able to beat anybody off the dribble. Now, I'll tell you a major difference is Darius Acuff is more athletic than Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is not the most athletic player that's out there, but he's able to work around not being the most athletic player, not being the biggest player, and maybe that's one of the comparisons with him and Acuff is they're not the biggest players, but they can create shots, they can get teammates involved, and they can take over games when they need to.
Well, and to your point, I think over the course of the last 10 years or so that Jalen Brunson's been in the league, he's been able to find out sort of what his strengths and weaknesses are, and he plays up to those strengths when he can. You were talking earlier about how he would attack the lane and go right at Wemby when others would, either shy away or look for a person to pass to or whatever. We'll use it in boxing parlance. What's the way? How, as a boxer, do you take away a boxer's length? you get inside, you hit the body.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Jalen Brunson's doing to Wemby. He's doing the same thing. He's making the length a disadvantage for Wembanyama when he does that. So that plays right to his strength and his opponent's weakness.
It was a great display for Knicks to come back and win another game. And of their 4 wins, 3 were on the road. So they had that incredible road win streak also that stayed intact. But just impressive overall. And now we saw a double up. We saw where a team has won NBA in-season tournament, and then they go on to win finals and become NBA champions. And we saw a case of same 2 teams that matched up in both cases.
Yep.
We saw this matchup in NBA in-season tournament with Spurs Knicks. Knicks come away with a win there. They come away with a series win here.
And if I remember what I saw correctly, the win in Game 5 was the second largest comeback in NBA. Well, I can't remember what it was. I may be misspeaking, so I won't even go any further.
It was the largest in finals history, but it may have been second most in maybe playoffs overall.
Yeah, it's something like that. Like I said, I thought I remembered seeing something toward that line, and now I can't remember exactly what I fully saw. So
we're going to come back here with more on Out of Bounds after this break. Joe Klein will join us. And once again, you want to get into the show, you can call 501-661-1037. Middleton Heat and Air text line, same number, 501-661-1037. More of Out of Bounds coming up after this break. Stay tuned.
This is Sports Center.
This weekend, we got a new NBA and new NHL champion. The New York Knicks finished off the San Antonio Spurs in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, taking that one 94-90, making them the 8th different NBA champion in a row. The Knicks overcame a 16-point Spurs lead in Game 5, meaning New York came back from double digits down in every game of the Finals. Knicks guard Jalen Brunson was named Finals MVP after becoming the first Knick to score 40 or more in the Finals. Brunson scored 45 of the Knicks' 94 points in the deciding game, giving the Knicks their first championship in 53 years. And in the Stanley Cup Final, the Carolina Hurricanes shut out the Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 in Game 6 to give the Canes their first championship in 20 years. Captain Jordan Stahl was given the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoff MVP, and Carolina coach Rod Brindamore, who was the Carolina captain when they won their first title in 2006, became the 7th person in NHL history to win a title as a player and a coach with the same team. I'm Moose for the Buzz Radio Network.
We got the big deals, the big lot.
Summer is here at the Big Lot. If you need a truck or an SUV for the lake this summer, maybe a Jeep for some off-road fun, come see us at the Big Lot.
Folks, we have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at under $20,000, and our banks work with any credit situation.
You can buy with zero down, and our lenders love saying yes. So come see us at the Big Lot at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local,
making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, Bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
Camping season is here, and Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs is liquidating all 2026 year model travel trailers and fifth wheels. If you've been thinking about a new trailer, now is the time to buy. One of the many great deals is a 20-foot Salem with bunk beds, power awning, plywood floor, and much more for only $14,990 or $150 a month. Hurry while the selection is good. All these great deals can be seen at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
The Rock City Margarita and Great Arkansas Beer Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, is back. It's going down July 18th from 5 to 8 at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at 1037thebuzz.com. Sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season. It's the Rock City Margarita and Great Arkansas Beer Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Out of Bounds on 1037 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce, now joined by Joe Klein in studio. What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? Todd,
Man,
how are you?
we're doing good. Everything's good.
Good, man.
Yeah, good weekend.
It
A
was.
lot of sports going on.
It was a good weekend. I mean, I even watched a full soccer game.
Did you
from
on
beginning to the
Friday?
end. Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was, and there was a lot of excitement going into that. You had watch parties everywhere and people out everywhere hanging out and just having a good time and enjoying the game.
Yeah, I thought it was a great game. You know, of course, because we won. Of
Yes,
course, but,
absolutely.
But I was surprised. You know, I've done it before, but I just was kind of surprised how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, my son Will is, you know, we had to take him off the, you know, the NBA game was getting ready to start, and he was sitting in the living room watching, you know, Turkey and somebody was getting ready to play, and we were like, all right, dude, you know.
So he's into it big time, man. It doesn't matter if it's U.S. playing; he's just gonna watch.
Yeah, he'll throw some players and stats at me sometimes, and it's like, man, that's great. That's all I got. That's all I can say to him, man. It's like, yeah, man, that's awesome. You know, 'cause I can't. That's about the extent.
That's your comeback.
That's
for
where
it.
I can. That's where I could go.
Yeah.
So.
And I enjoy watching some other games other than U.S. Paraguay.
I'm interested in watching Spain because of the young stud they got, the 18-year-old kid.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember his name. I've seen him on 60 Minutes a couple times, and I've seen highlights of him, and he's pretty spectacular. I can't.
They played to a draw today,
They
which
did.
was historic because they were a huge favorite. And
who did they play?
Cape Verde.
Wow, I didn't even know. I would have watched that.
Yeah.
Here I am saying how much I like watching him, and I didn't even know he was on.
Yeah. And you know they were an overwhelming favorite, but also on draws, you get big odds on draws. It'd be like plus 1,500 or something.
Wow.
So nobody would have seen that happening.
Now, do they have kicks at the end?
Not for group stage.
Okay.
But when you get the knockout stages, then you're going to have PKs.
Okay.
So right now, yeah, you can play to a draw, and it works in your favor.
Wow.
Yeah, they played Cape Verde. And who knows what the odds were going into that one. Because Spain is one of the favorites to win the entire
absolutely.
tournament.
Yeah, they were, you know, them in France. I mean, they were talking about how many top 100 players they have. You know, like France has got like 14.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they had, you know, I don't know if they had that many, but they had like 5, maybe 7 top 100 players in the world on Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and we didn't have any. We didn't have any players that ranked in there. So.
I'm surprised Christian Pulisic didn't.
Yeah, I was too. He was like 116 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised about that.
Yeah, because he is playing top level soccer.
Yeah.
And that's what U.S. has been missing over the years.
Yeah.
They didn't have many players that were playing over in Europe and some of those bigger leagues.
And they have a kid. Who's the kid that's could have played for France or England?
Oh, you know what? They have a couple of those players.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly which one it is.
It starts with an A. His last name starts with an A, I thought.
Okay.
Anyway, I think he was the one who had the 2 goals. I don't know though.
You're getting into it though.
I'm going down a rabbit hole here. It's not in my speed, so in my slot. I better leave it alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start showing my ignorance.
Oh, we got Middleton Heat and Air message here that says Japan has a goalie that's from Little Rock.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, that is. So you never know, when you watch this, just what's going on, and you see it in all these stadiums, and they're bringing in grass. They're doing it big.
Yeah. Well, and you find every time the World Cup comes around, it's kind of like it looks over at football and basketball and baseball and hockey and says, hold my beer.
Right.
Because it's maybe it's not as big time here, but when you see the scope of it worldwide, it's a whole. Hey, you guys hold my beer.
Most popular sport in the world.
Absolutely.
KC is one of the hubs for it here, U.S. that a lot of people are going to travel to.
Yeah, I can't. Somebody was saying. My son was telling me. Will was telling me that it's the Netherlands or Norway or somebody, but their colors are like
blue and orange.
But the orange is like construction orange.
Yes.
And he said people were up in Kansas City, and he said it's taken over.
Oh,
The orange is like everywhere you look. There's this orange that's construction worker orange.
Oh yeah. That's how they stand out for sure, and they do capture a lot of people's attention because of the kit to begin with.
Yeah.
And then they're good.
Yeah.
They're always good.
Yeah. There's your following. They're going to follow you over here for a month. If you may be a month, playing over here, how about that? Hey, we're going to go, it's not like, hey, we're going to go to San Antonio and catch game 4 and 5. Hey, we're going to the United States for the month of June, hopefully.
And you know what? There were people that had to get visas, of course, to come over, and they waived some of those traveling visas where they didn't have to pay out as much. If they were able to show that they had a ticket, then that's your visa.
Good. That's good.
NBA Finals on Saturday night. Game 5 ended. Knicks got it done, 94-90. What did you think of series overall and then Game 5?
Well, to me, I think you saw experience versus inexperience for the not a lot of finals experience, but I think you had an older, mature team and coach on the Knicks than the Spurs. I think the thing that stands out to me is the Spurs are right there every game, but they don't. I mean, who's their closer? Is it Wembanyama outside? Is it Wembanyama inside? Is it Fox, Castle? Is it Harper?
Harper, he's making a case for it.
But I mean,
it hadn't been determined.
When you're up 29 and the lead is shrinking, okay, what are we doing? We know what the Knicks are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Bayless out of it. We know what the Bulls would do back in the day. We know what Cleveland Cavaliers or the Miami Heat, a lot of times would do. There's an identity there. I don't know that that they have established an identity to what they want to do, and I think they know what their identity needs to be, and I think this is where they're going to have to make the leap next year. Is Wembanyama has to be an 80-20 inside, 20% outside. I mean they got to get him, let him, if he's coming down the floor and wants to take some step-in threes or stuff, but like when he pick and rolls, he's got to roll. You got to get him in the paint. You got to get him rolling to the rim. The traditional days of posting up, those days are not and he may not be that type of player, but his difference offensively is at the rim, around the rim. When was the last time you saw a team win a championship? I mean, I was thinking about this the other day with a 7-foot perimeter guy shooting.
Oh, right.
When have you seen it?
Yeah. Because Jokic has some of that in his game, but he's getting on the block.
Jokic can take you.
Yes.
But, and he needs to be Jokic isn't out there a lot, and a lot of times when he's out there, they're using his passing skills. They're cutting and moving and doing things. They're not, when he's at the top of the key, a lot of times they want him there with the ball because of his ability to be, he's such a great passer, has a good feel for the game. Wembanyama's got to take those next steps, and they've got to play that way accordingly. Now, again, he's different. He's got to get stronger. He got a lot stronger from last year to this year. I mean, he got a whole lot stronger. He played bigger this year than he did last year, and that step's got to continue, to where they can find kind of an identity, because he can definitely, you get him down there around the basket, he's going to draw attention, and I think that's what'll make him a better passer, because he'll have two guys on him, so guys will be more open, guys, so the passes, you're not trying to thread the needle. You're able to get guys open if they'll move and cut, and I think he is a good passer, and again you just fall in love with this 7'5" guy that can shoot threes and handle it like a guard, but that's not gonna do it.
I'll give you this, the closest to the description you gave there, and he plays a different position, Kevin Durant. Now I don't know exactly. They list him he wants to be listed at 6'9", but most people say when they see him, he's taller than that, and he's closer to 7 feet than he is, 6'9", 6'10". But that's where Wembanyama takes inspiration for his game from Kevin Durant. So he's the closest. But to your point, Golden State Warriors, they had traditional bigs on the floor.
Yeah, you put him on that Golden State team, and then the mental errors. They had huge mental errors, like the pass at the end of game 2 with the Wembanyama.
Oh, where he passed it off Castle's back.
The one that got me the other night, Joe, was at the free throw line when Robinson got the offensive rebound on the free throw line. They brought Cornette into the game, okay? And they had Wembanyama and Cornette in the game. And they kept Wembanyama on boxing out Mitchell Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, dude, Cornette, why are you coming in the game?
Exactly.
You're our big physical guy. You're boxing out Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
And again, Mitchell Robinson's a hell of a rebounder, so he might have got it anyway. But again, I was just kind of like,
that was puzzling,
yeah,
for sure.
I mean, and you can nitpick, and Fox not dribbling the ball out and things like that. There's all those little mental errors at the end of games and close games, which we had a lot of close games. Those things are huge.
Yeah, and it's always going to be nitpick based on the result.
Yeah, but
it's always there.
I think the biggest thing is they got to find an identity. What are they going to be, and what's their go-to? And the go-to is win the game.
It has to be.
But they got to get him to where they put him in a position to where he can be effective.
We'll be back with more of Out of Bounds after this break. Joe Klein in studio. Stay tuned.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Around here, reputation matters. That's why homeowners and businesses trust CertaPro painters. From detailed residential work to professionally managed commercial projects, CertaPro delivers craftsmanship to protect your investment. Visit CertaPro.com, that's Certa with a C, and reserve your spring project today.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
You can't always see what's in the air, but dust, allergens, contaminants, even mold could be affecting your health. Learn about air quality testing at rainbowrestores.com. When the unthinkable happens, damage from smoke, water, fire, mold, or just poor air quality, let Rainbow Restoration fix your home or business. With their 24/7 rapid response, you'll get your life back on track fast. RainbowRestores.com. Rainbow Restoration. They restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
Johnston's Home Center presents Bubba Carpenter when he gets in the zone with Justin and DJ each week. Outdoor supplies, mowers, appliances, and much more can all be found at Johnston's Home Center. Johnston's Home Center in Benton, your one-stop shop. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Television shows have recently started featuring programs where older actors are front and center, like Hacks with Gene Smart, The Burrows with Alfred Molina and Alfre Woodard, and The Only Murders in the Building with the incomparable Steve Martin and Martin Short. These shows are entertaining and popular with viewers and remind us that although slow-moving and dangerous behind the wheel, old people can still serve a purpose. Hey, as we all grow older, that's some pretty good news. Double B's appeals to all ages, particularly those who are older, because we know what's good, like Renoco coffee, breakfast sandwiches, fried chicken, Big Rock pizza, and the best fountain drinks anywhere. That's what's good. And the experienced, wise crowd that comes to Double B's, because Double B's is obviously where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Join the zone each Monday for game balls and jock straps. Brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday. Justin gives you his game balls and jock straps on the zone from 10 till 1. Brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. 501-794-2770. Call today and get your landscape updated to a whole new level. And be listening for game balls and jock straps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce, Joe Klein in studio. Middleton Heat and Air text line. So Spurs losing. Can we finally stop with uprising of we need a big for Razorbacks? Knicks prove it isn't required if you just play better. No, that's a misconception because Knicks have bigs.
Yeah.
And their bigs played better. So you have to have those bigs.
Yeah, I mean, now I will not. Here's the thing, and speaking about, the Razorbacks need a big, and Razorbacks need a big, and Razorbacks need a big, and all this. The tendency, we as fans and people who talk about it, we tend to kind of go down the flavor of the month, and this year there were some really good bigs who were coached very, very well and utilized very well, and that people had success with it, and it was a big problem for us with the makeup of our team. We didn't have really the size or anything to where we could match up consistently, especially when we got to the Michigan States and the Arizonas and Alabama, people who had guys that were a problem down there. But again, Calipari's had a lot of success with slender, big guys. Towns, Davis, Stein, Cauley Stein was a really good player for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, those guys were very good, and they were effective. Stein and Davis were very effective defensively, very, very effective, and rebounding. Towns was a good rebounder, wasn't and played inside some, but he wasn't, you would call in college, even now, a physical banger presence, back to the basket kind of thing, especially in college. So, and again, and then the other part of that is, as you know, Joe, those dominant big guys that Arizona had and Michigan had, and these other teams that they had, they're hard to find, man. They're not growing on every street corner, and nowadays they're very expensive.
Exactly.
And so you run into that. You're going to get one guy for $5 million, or you can get 2 to 3 really, really, really good players. So, I mean, there's that quandary in it. So, the thing that was tough on us this year, we needed a presence, more so defensively, a physical presence defensively. I don't think we needed one offensively. I thought our offense was one of the top in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Where we got hurt was second shots. We didn't really have a terrific, we were good at blocking shots sometimes. That kind of came and went, but that Cauley Stein, Towns, Davis, and when we mention these guys, all top 10 picks. So,
right.
I mean, I'm not saying they weren't good bigs because they went in the top 10, but they were slender and not as physical. So, just got to have a little better presence.
It'll be interesting to see how that problem gets solved. Does it get solved with multiple players like you mentioned, or do they get a big in there that can defend well? We'll see. Hour 2 coming up here on Out of Bounds. Stay tuned.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Golf is a game of precision and power. Every detail matters. The same must be true for luxury. Genesis delivers with every stroke of craftsmanship, every stitch of quality, and every surge of performance. During the Genesis Signature event, get 0.99% financing on a new GB80 or GB70. Experience the Genesis GB80 or GB80 Coupe for yourself at Genesis of Conway. The future of luxury today.
This is Larry Culpepper, the inventor of the college football playoff. When I'm in Arkansas, I always listen to 103.7 The Buzz. Ice cold, Dr. Pepper, hit.
When One teen is in custody and 3 others injured after shooting at an aquatic center in Stuttgart. Police say the shooting happened on Saturday. One man says his best friend was shot, but is doing okay after undergoing surgery. At this time, we don't have any updates on the other 2 victims. The city says the aquatic center will be closed until further notice, and police are asking for anyone with information to give them a call. And the Arkansas Inland Maritime Museum will have prime viewing area for this year's Pops on the River fireworks show. The show is set for Saturday, July 4th over the Arkansas River. Tickets for the party and parking passes are available online or at the museum in North Little Rock. And new royalty was crowned in this weekend's Miss Arkansas competition. Miss Saline County's teen Presley Bennett was crowned Miss Arkansas teen. During the talent portion of the show, she tap danced to Michael Jackson medley. I'm KARK4's Whitney Thomas.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Partly cloudy today here in central Arkansas. Little Rock will have a high of 83. Down in south Arkansas, a few scattered showers will be possible. Partly cloudy overnight down to 67. Tomorrow, south wind returns. It'll get a little warmer. 88 the high tomorrow with a mostly sunny sky. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
New Benihana promotion. Monday and Tuesday, lunch and dinner. 10% off of everything on the menu. Come to Benihana's.
Get in the conversation with Life and Feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers. Chevy Colorado eats up the road with 5 available gears, and Silverado has the muscle to tow. Life and Feedback from Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Super Paint, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products June 12th through the 22nd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Live. An unforgettable evening of Led Zeppelin's greatest hits and deepest cuts. Friday, August 28th at Oakline Event Center. Get tickets now at oakline.com. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Looking for something unique to do in Little Rock? Head to the Museum of Discovery. Explore hands-on exhibits, try real science experiments, and meet live animals up close. Little ones will love the Small Fry Fish Camp Gallery, designed just for early learners. Catch an electrifying bipolar musical Tesla coil show or live science demonstration during your visit. And with special events happening all the time, there's always something new to experience for all ages. So plan your visit and check out upcoming events at museumofdiscovery.org.
Ever wonder what bugs do when you're not looking?
With Bugtopia at the Little Rock Zoo, the world beneath your feet gets big. Like really big. Meet the bugs that pollinate, build, and buzz our planet to life, up close and larger than ever. Bugtopia, crawling into the Little Rock Zoo March 21st through September 20th. It's wonder magnified and included with your zoo admission. Learn more at littlerockzoo.com.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto Group, and I'm working today. And today, as always, we're fighting where other dealers are advertising online prices that they actually don't give. You walk in the store, they're at $1,900, $2,900, or they're saying you don't qualify for this rebate or that rebate. And of course, we have to explain that to the customers. It had me thinking, they're probably explaining to their customers that we do the same thing, but we do not. Whatever you see online at redriverautogroup.com will be the price you get. Check us out, redriverautogroup.com.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. This is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too busy once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke, put
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce, Wes Moore off today. He'll be off through Thursday. Joe Klein joined us in studio. It's now time for your Razor Hog update. Razorbacks win another track and field championship, and it is the 11th overall for outdoor. It's 44th national championship overall when you include indoor and cross country. So Razorbacks first-year coach Doug Case, they're able to get it done once again and sweep men's conference and national championships, and that hasn't happened since 1982. So been a long time, and they performed well this year. Came through with a double. Got a conference title, national championship.
Pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Also pretty darn good, you had a couple of former Razorbacks, former softball Razorbacks, make their AUSL debuts over the weekend. Kaylee Wyckoff and Tiana Bell. Tiana Bell in particular had a really good day. 4 RBI, including her first home run in her first game yesterday, and then she walked it off in the 6th.
Man, I mean, that just shows even more how there are so many sports going on at this time. And they get right into it. They go from
there's not much
players,
downtime, no.
And then they become professionals overnight almost.
Yeah, it's like a matter of 2, maybe 3 weeks between the end of the Women's College World Series and the start of the AUSL season.
AUSL's, how long's that been around?
A season or 2. I think this is its second season, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was thinking 3 at the most, but yeah, it hasn't been around long. But Joe, you're starting to see some of that too with professional softball leagues, professional volleyball leagues. There are a lot of professional lacrosse, a lot of outlets for maybe non-traditional sports, and now they have avenues to be professionals.
Yeah, I'm hoping it does well, because it'd be a shame to have such great players at the end of their college, not be able to continue.
Yeah.
And so hopefully that will be something that can make its way and linger around. You would think so nowadays with all these outlets, TV needing
some fill time.
They need games. They need stuff to live events to fill their programming.
Yeah. And it's being dispersed out so much, not only with what's your traditional TV stations, but also streaming.
Yeah,
That's where everything is going.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, you forget. I mean, that you can watch any. You like, you like a team or you like a sport. Pretty much, you can watch it one way or the other.
Great thing too is we're seeing it stateside because we've seen some of these pro leagues and they seem to be mostly overseas. Like track and field, for example, people that go pro, they see the majority of their time as pro athletes overseas in Europe.
Yep.
And now you're starting to see with some of these other sports like lacrosse, volleyball, softball, they're stateside. And that was even a big deal for women's basketball. They were all, for men's basketball, NBA, ultimate level, and that's where you want to be. And if you're fortunate enough to be a professional player overseas, you can still make a good living. Well, for women's leagues, for the most part, and some of these athletes, that was their limit, their life and their livelihood. They were having to go overseas, and now not only do they have WNBA, but they have another option and other options stateside and playing 3-on-3 basketball.
Yeah, no, I mean it's good because you just we as a country we really try to we're trying to take our football and our baseball and cram it down everybody's throat, and it's having an effect. It's working. So it's good to see it with these not as big time sports, but it's good to see it coming, making its way over here again, so that a lot of these athletes can have an outlet to play after their college.
And it gets people not only from a playing standpoint, but just from a mental standpoint and thinking about it. It gets you outside that football, basketball, baseball box.
Yeah.
Now you are thinking about other sports, and not only from a standpoint of watching, but now maybe some kids that are coming up, you want to have your kids involved in those sports.
Right. No, when you see it, and you see it on TV, it can grab you. You like lacrosse or something, and then now you see it on a Sunday afternoon, watching it in your house, and it's going to give it a little more excitement, give younger players a little more, I don't know, motivation, but it just makes it funner, makes it, seeing that people enjoy it and watch it, gives you a little motivation, I guess.
Well, and that's the thing too. To your point, especially like with the AUSL, they have a partnership with Major League Baseball. So I mean, not only is it a good thing as far as revenue and making sure that the league is financially solvent, but you get exposure to MLB's television partners. Maybe they want to pick up some of your programming. ESPN Plus. I mean, sure, they've got hours they need to fill. To your point, and then Joe, to your point, it's exposure.
Yeah.
So, like, with lacrosse or softball or whatever, if you got a 8, 9, 10-year-old, they start seeing it more often. Yeah. They'll be like, you know what? I might be interested in going to try to play that.
Right. No, I agree. No, that's how exposure is what grows it. Grows anything. The more positive exposure you get with anything, that you got a chance to grow it.
Joe, do you watch combat sports, boxing, MMA?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I mean, I will. My wife can't stand it. So,
yeah.
I mean.
Oh, so I understood.
Yeah. So I I get vetoed on that one. I mean, but this time of year, I used a lot of times I would watch, because to our point, sometimes there's not a lot on, or some, that you like, that's traditionally that you like that's not on. So I mean, I always enjoy a good fight, but back in the day, boxing, this ultimate fighting now compared to boxing is
it's totally different.
It's a little harder, man.
Middleton Heat and Air Life and Feedback or text line. Middleton Heat and Air text line. Got a question for you, Joe. Your thoughts on possible NBA multifaceted trade deal that could include Giannis?
Well, the thing that was out there, after Oklahoma City lost was everybody was like, they're gonna, but Oklahoma City's come out and said they're their top three, the Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and SGA are not going anywhere. So I don't know how you can make a trade, and they want to run it back. So, I mean, I don't know how you make a trade without including SGA wouldn't be included, but without having Holmgren or Williams in that trade, and they don't want to do that. The big thing here, Miami is really trying to make a move. I mean, I don't know what they have to offer because they're not going to give up Bam.
No.
They want to keep Bam. If they bring in Giannis, they want to pair him with Bam. So, you're probably looking at, Tyler Hero would be, he's a Wisconsin guy. He would be in the mix with other players. They have a lottery pick this year. I think it's 13. Stuff like that.
Yeah, you definitely want to package that.
Right. You never know. Teams that are close. A team like the Spurs. They got some. Some players.
Yeah.
They got some wiggle room. I don't know. And again, the other thing with this whole thing is that he has 1 year left on his deal, I think. So you're going to want him to sign an extension.
Absolutely.
So he has some juice to the point of he can pretty much Milwaukee wants to trade him to and Minnesota's been aggressive in the past. They would like to pair somebody with Ant. Again, what do they have to entice a deal? But again, does he want to go to Minnesota?
Right.
Again, that equation always falls. You've heard the Knicks, the Celtics. Maybe I don't think it would be Tatum. I think it would be Brown. I couldn't see them giving up Tatum, but one of those two guys would have to be in the mix.
And that's been talked about for years that they're going to split them at some point because really you can't afford to pay both those players.
But you're going to have to pay
Giannis,
so
right?
It's kind of like, what are you going to do? So all the teams that are close, they'll be looking for a deal, see if they can get a deal, and. Obviously Milwaukee's trying to max out what they can get but from a picks, if you want to get a bunch of picks, if Oklahoma City wanted to do it, I mean, they got a bunch of picks, but that's not really their MO.
Mm-hmm.
They have kind of shown that they like building through the draft, and they kind of feel like they've got their core, and now they can supplement that core and pay those three guys and supplement it with younger guys because they have picks to where they can, kind of stay out of the heavy tax levels and what do they call it,
the apron.
Aprons. Yeah, they can stay away. All those teams want to stay away from those aprons, so they can supplement it, kind of like what football does. When you have a rookie quarterback, you can, when you don't have to pay your quarterback, man, you can, really fill in a lot of places. So having a guy, that's why they saw what happened with Mahomes and how the Chiefs were able to, get 3 or 4 years of him being elite, but on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
And now that you got to pay him, now you're trying to find those rookie deals at other positions and other spots. And so you're always trying to find young, cheap talent to put around your players. And so it's going to be interesting, because of the, Giannis has to agree to an extension, so he's going to have to want to go there and agree to going there, and then what can you get?
Yeah, we'll get into what's kind of heating up that's regarding Celtics and another team that could be involved, but of those two teams that you mentioned Thunder, Spurs, you mentioned a few other teams, but some of the young and up-and-coming teams, and we've seen Thunder have already won a championship. Spurs were playing for one this year. Thunder are in a better position because of the fact that they are so loaded with picks for years to come.
Right.
And they have a lot of young talent. They're a deep team. They seem to be able to maybe expend some of those pieces more so than a Spurs team right now. So in saying that, that current Spurs team, the makeup of it, let's say if they wanted to make a play for Giannis, for you, who would you give up and who would you say these players have to stay?
Well, I'm not giving up Harper or Wemby. I mean, Harper's going to be special. I mean, he's got the look of a dude. And so now I don't know, really, Fox is not going to be that sexy of a draw.
No.
I mean, Fox and Castle, even Fox, but then if you're going to keep Harper now, Castle has to be involved because that's really the other. I mean, you're going to have somebody. He has some.
That's appealing to the other team.
He has some clout.
Yeah.
He has some clout again. But I don't think Milwaukee would do that.
No.
I mean, I don't see.
They would have to package up some picks, but like we're saying, we don't know what their situation is, but we know it's not what Thunder's situation is.
And when you make deals like that, even if you have a lot of picks down the road, like a lot of the trades and the things that the Thunder did 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, and they got these picks and stuff, and the players that were exchanged were kind of like, except for SGA. But even when that trade happened,
nobody knew.
Yeah, no. So that was probably even like we gave up Paul George, and we got who'd we get? And now you look at it and it's like, wow, what a you fleeced them, and so the from the public standpoint, you're looking at player. Who are we getting and who are we giving up?
Mm-hmm.
And your picks and stuff are, fodder for the fan, for your fans and for your fan base, because they don't really care about that. So I don't know. I mean, I think he wants to go to Miami. I think Miami wants him really bad.
He wants to get to a big city. And the talk forever was New York, and we know that's not happening.
But what does Miami have? I don't really know their roster. I know outside of Bam and Tyler Hero.
Somebody that they've been unwilling to include in these trades, Khalil Ware. And that would be a piece that Bucks would want in return.
Right. He would have to be at that for sure, because of size. He gives you a big, a promising big that's shown that he has some good upside that hopefully he would continue to develop, Hero and a lottery pick, and again, you may get to the point with Milwaukee where it's going to be all right. What's the best we can get,
best package,
not what we want,
right?
But what's the best we can get? You may come in, you may get to that point, and I think something will happen because I don't think that you want to go into the year with this because, as you know, around the trade deadline's probably when you can get your best deal, get the most for your buck. You start getting towards the beginning of the season and stuff. You don't really. I just think you can get more, in the draft. It's like big thing on Luka was why did you trade him then?
Yeah.
Why
timing is everything.
Why did you not just wait and then go into the last summer and say, hey, we're looking at trading him. Show me what you got. Well, you'd have all kinds of draft picks, and you'd have got a heck of a lot more than what you did get.
Mm-hmm.
So
here's what's been discussed in a team that's been added to the mix that could be a third team to make it happen with Giannis ending up in Boston.
And Utah's it's kind of like Danny Ainge is kind of doing what the Thunder are doing.
Yeah,
I mean, they've been stockpiling picks and young players and stuff. Now again, does he want to? Will he go to Utah? Will he sign an extension in Utah? And things like that come into play. But they're another team that, not to interrupt you, but I was trying to think of another team, and it came to me.
Oh, they're going to be a lot better this year.
Yeah.
And there are no more excuses. Jazz, Wizards, they're teams that are at the top of the draft, but they have that young nucleus in place, and they have a lot of talent.
Yeah, it's time.
And they're going to add to it.
Yeah, it's time to win some games.
So this third team that's being talked about, Clippers. to make Giannis and get him to Boston. So what's being discussed is Celtics would send Jaylen Brown to Clippers. Clippers would then send number 5 overall pick to Bucks, and then Giannis, of course, goes to Boston and plays for Celtics.
So you get the number 5 pick for Giannis.
Yes. And you know that probably would be even more extensive than that, but that's just kind of what's been discussed preliminary.
I mean, I could see the the Clippers ownership. They want to make a splash. They want to the new arena. They want to be relevant, and they've shown that they'll go all in. As they showed with Kawhi and Paul George and Harden. I mean, they tried to put together a team beforehand. It didn't work, but I could see them being in the mix, trying to be aggressive and get involved in that.
Yeah,
and in LA is somewhere where Giannis would be most definitely would be.
Yeah, in this sense though, it's saying Jaylen Brown to Clippers.
They get that again. Okay,
but
Jaylen Brown would be a marquee guy.
Yeah, and they get a young player because.
And then the Celtics get Giannis.
Here over the last few years, Clippers have put together a veteran team where these guys, they can play, but their best playing days are behind them.
They need a guy, and Jaylen Brown's shown that he's durable. He's a guy that plays a lot of games. Knock on wood, he hasn't been. This past year he showed that he was very durable, could really play, and he plays well at both ends of the floor. And he's a guy that has shown he can lead a team. This past year you didn't have Tatum at all, and people were expecting the downfall of the Celtics, and he really stepped it up and got them going. So yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because that's a marquee name. That's a guy that would give the Clippers some clout. And then obviously Boston would be losing their. They'd be, you'd hear them in their accent running down the Newberry Street. We're going to win our 19th or whatever. How many? They'd be chalking up another championship in July if they were able to pull that off.
Middleton Heat Air text line, looking at Spurs differently. Think as young as they are, they made the finals a year early. I've said this a lot. They need some beef down low to win it all.
Yeah, I mean, they just need it. Again, we talked about it. When it's spiraling out of control, or you need a basket, or late in the game, what's your thing? You got two options, and Wemby has to, and again, he has to become a guy that's 75-80% of the time offensively, maybe even more than that, in the paint somewhere, for offensive reboundings. Just throwing the ball in there to him creates problems. Everybody's going to turn and look. Everybody's going to sink down to him. It's going to create space. You're going to get better shots on the perimeter because you saw it during the finals and stuff. When he rolled and went down in that lane, he drew attention, a lot of attention. And I just think they have to get to that to take that next step and have an identity of, hey, this is what we're going to try to do, and make teams adjust, double team or sag or do some things defensively that allow your other players to make no-brainer plays. This is a no-brainer shot. This is a no-brainer drive. I'm open. Guys closing out on me. I can take him to the rim. You're not, you have a kind of a way you want to play. And again, I think because they have a young coach, and he's getting some smoke, and it's very unfair because, same coach coached him to a 7-game on the road, beating the defending champs in probably the most hostile environment they have in the NBA in Oklahoma City. The same guy was coaching that team. So people need to relax on that.
They get caught up in the moment.
Yeah. Could he do better? Absolutely. It's his first year. He'll learn from this, and he'll be a better coach for it, like everybody does. But I think they got to figure some things out, and I think this experience that they just went through is going to, you got to catch some. They kind of went from a first round kind of cool team, not really no expectations, to the finals. They didn't go through.
There's a process.
Yeah, they
in
didn't
winning
go
a
through the
championship.
heat. You look at what the Knicks went through. They getting their people, they fired their coach. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals, got rid of their coach. I mean, they went through some, just like back in the day. The Pistons had to go through the Celtics, the Bulls. You had your kind of, you had to go through the fire a little bit and had to learn some things and wait for some teams that maybe were a little better than you to get, got older or lose this guy or lose this piece or lose that piece and not be quite as efficient to where you can overtake them. The Spurs didn't really go through that.
To your point, every great player has experienced that too.
Yeah.
And suffering
they're experienced.
Yep. Suffering those losses and then having to get over the hump. Last thing, Joe, before we get you out of here. So remember when Dwight Howard, Orlando Magic, and the way they played where they had 4 players around the perimeter and had him down low. Spurs would have the ability, even in today's game, to play that way where you have 4 shooters around a big.
Houston, we lost to Houston. In Phoenix, they put Olajuwon on the post, and they had Sam Cassell, they had Horry, they had number 17. I can't remember his name.
Robert Ellie.
Robert Ellie. They had him. They had bigs, Matt Bullard and Pete Chilcutt. You're like, who are those guys? They could shoot it. They could make threes. And we lost games because we were so worried about Olajuwon. I mean, we were doubling him. And when Houston got really good is when, he started passing out to Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith makes 10 threes in a finals game. Why? Why do you think he made 10?
He's open.
Yeah. it's like what I've always joke all the time when I played in the NBA, when I played with these really good teams, hell, it was awesome, man. I got to sit around, shoot 17-footers all day long. When the shot went up, nobody was in front of me. I could go to the rim. When I played for the Nets and the Kings and some of these other teams, my guys guarding me, I'm looking at him like going, man, don't you got somewhere to go? Why don't you get the hell out of here? Go guard somebody. But again, that's a great point about Dwight Howard. Again, people would double team him because he wasn't a great low post player, but he was so big and athletic. He had a nice little jump hook, and he could, and he was always in position to offensive rebound, and he was a great athlete, and he was a problem. And, and you had to adjust a little bit to him, and again, I just think, the game is played still to this day from the inside out. It's just done differently.
Oh, yeah.
It's done with the drive now as opposed to the post-up. They want to get you downhill, get you so they can spray it for threes. But if you can't get it in there, then, you got a lot of guys standing around the perimeter, and you end up with a guy dribbling the ball, and you end up throwing up a bad shot when the clock goes down. And again, that's what Mike Brown brought a little bit when they made this run, is they got away from the isolation as much. You saw it in Game 3 in New York where they lost, where they got away from moving and passing the ball a little bit. But again, the ball started to move. But the thing that was good is that they were getting it in the lane. And again, it's not the traditional post up Patrick Ewing and the double team comes and all that. It's Jalen Brunson getting in there, drawing it, or Wembanyama rolling and you throwing it in there and drawing people. Now you kick it out to guys with open shots, or somebody's running at them and they can get by them and get back into the lane. So, no, that's a good part. Good.
And that player Mario Ellie got Robert Horry and Ellie intermixed, but Mario Ellie.
Mario, yeah, and just they just when Olajuwon started passing it out of the ball up double team, that's when the Rockets went to another level. I mean, and he was passing it out to guys who could ball. Those two guys, Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell. I mean, they had Clyde Drexler there with him for a little bit. So they had some dudes around him.
And Madman, Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah, Vernon Maxwell,
You see any of his stuff right now? He does podcasts, and he's always talking trash.
I have not, but
you can imagine.
I can imagine it's really good.
Yeah.
Because he was. I mean, he was the type of dude. We had a lot of crazy dudes, but like he'd get to go on some nights, and you know, like a lot of times you would hear craziness so much out on the floor that you kind of
tune it out.
You never his was good. You never tuned his out. His went to another level. It was always good. It was always very, very good.
What's going on at Corky's?
Man, we're just doing a lot of catering. Got great catering deals with our barbecue and our catfish and hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken sandwiches and things. Our catering prices and our bulk order delivery and our drive-through pickup. Those are all just outstanding values if you want to feed a group of people. You can come get it. We'll have it boxed up ready for you. We can come to you. We can cook it on site, or we got party rooms in there that we're using for parties. We even had a lady come in and had a rehearsal dinner on our patio, and they came in, and I mean, we looked like we were a 5-star steakhouse. She came in there and put white tablecloths on everything, put some rugs down on the floor.
Oh, nice.
Put a bunch of flowers in there and everything, and they sent me a picture of it, and I was like, where the hell is this place? But again, we can really and we have great specials. Our lunch specials are amazing for $10. We have an early bird special for $11. You have all kinds. You have pork chops and fried chicken, and you get that with a drink and a side for $11. Our lunch specials are $10. So just got a lot of good stuff, good value, good food, good value. Just give us a call, Little Rock or North Little Rock. We'll get it to you at a great value. It'll be good food, and you won't beat the price. I can promise you that.
Great time to get some cater. Also, Father's Day coming up this weekend.
Yeah. All you women out there, take care of your fathers and your grandfathers.
Absolutely, I'm right there with you.
I should be able to double dip if you're a grandfather and a father.
Oh yeah.
Should get twice the stuff.
Absolutely, I'm with it. Joe, always good to see you on Mondays. Have a good one.
Yep.
Joe Klein, Corky's, joining us here in studio and talking everything NBA and around the sports world. We'll be back with more of Out of Bounds after this break. Stay tuned.
Arkansas's Best Chevy Dealers presents Kevin Bohannon each week on Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer on 103.7 The Buzz. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
This is Sports Center.
Recapping the opening weekend of the College World Series, after losing their first game to West Virginia, the Troy Trojans eliminated Ole Miss with a 12-8 win yesterday. Oklahoma and Georgia are both on the winner's side of the bracket, beating Alabama and Texas respectively. Bama and Texas play a loser's bracket elimination game today at 2, while one of Oklahoma or Georgia will get their first loss in Omaha tonight at 8. Both games will be on ESPN. And in World Cup soccer, the opening weekend featured some close games and a few blowouts, highlighted by a 4-1 win for the USA over Paraguay Friday night. Forward Florian Balogun led the way with 2 goals, and he is currently tied for the most in the tournament so far. World Cup action continues today with games between Belgium and Egypt, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, and Iran against New Zealand. I am Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available right here in the state of Arkansas. And on the biggest soccer stage in the world this summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is changing the soccer game with a feature built for soccer fans. fans. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. It can happen at any moment. 1 minute they're on the pitch creating chances, and the next they're heading to the bench. Well, not anymore with FanDuel Super Sub. If your soccer player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. When your player leaves the match, your bet automatically continues on with a substitute player. So whether the action happens early, late, or deep into stoppage time, you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. FanDuel in partnership with Oakland Sports. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 plus and present in Arkansas. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Injured? Let's talk about getting help now.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888.
Whether injured at night, on a weekend, or a holiday,
dial 8 for Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
June is Men's Health Month. Be honest, you'll take care of your truck before you take care of yourself. Pushing through, ignoring the symptoms, saying I'm fine, until you're not. Arkansas Urology has free men's health screenings at every location, weekdays from 8 to 10 by appointment. Catching problems early could save your life. It's Men's Health Month, so put yourself back on the list with Arkansas Urology. 501-219-8900 or arkansasurology.com. Arkansas Urology. Strong men take care of their health. Stay up to date with the latest Razorback news with the Red White Report. Every weekday with Justin and Phil on the Zone. The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
The world's biggest game is here, and your front row seat is right in Hillcrest. Through July 19th, Hill Station is your World Cup headquarters. Hill Station will be showing every single match live. Come hungry, leave happy, and catch all the action on the screens. Incredible food, ice-cold drinks, and the best patio vibes in Little Rock. Don't watch it by yourself. Bring your crew to Hill Station on Kavanaugh. World Cup action. Every game, every goal. See you at Hill Station.
Looking for something unique to do in Little Rock? Head to the Museum of Discovery. Explore hands-on exhibits, try real science experiments, and meet live animals up close. Little ones will love the Small Fry Fish Camp Gallery, designed just for early learners. Catch an electrifying bipolar musical Tesla coil show or a live science demonstration during your visit. And with special events happening all the time, there's always something new to experience for all ages. So plan your visit and check out upcoming events at museumofdiscovery.org.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. There's some big things happening at Gwatney Chevrolet. You can drive a brand new Chevy Trax or Trailblazer as low as $299 a month. Now's your chance to get behind the wheel of one of these, Trax or Trailblazer, with a great deal. These popular compact SUVs are built for modern life, offer sleek design, smart technology, and advanced safety features. Go to the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. You can take a look at all the deals they have right now. One of the other deals, Silverados. They've got Silverados with 0% financing, and you get $3,000 back in a rebate. Take advantage while you can at Gwatney Chevrolet. Go to the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. Head to the James Street exit in Jacksonville. And remember, they're still paying top dollar for quality cars and trucks and SUVs that you trade in. It's all happening right now at the James Street exit in Jacksonville. Gwatney Chevrolet and GwatneyChevrolet.com.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. TruService Credit Union, your headquarters for auto loans. With TruService, no payments for 60 days and rates starting as low as 3.99 APR on new, used, or refinance your current auto loan. TruService.net for pre-approval. Your auto loan experts.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce, now joined by Darrell Young. We're going to continue to talk some NBA, and Knicks getting it done there Saturday night. Got it done in 5. We predicted it right on Friday.
Hey, that's the only time I'm going to ever get any prediction right because my predictions are terrible. But no, it was a great game, man. It was a good game, and, you know, if you're a Spurs fan, you never got comfortable, and rightfully so, because
the Knicks have been doing it all series long, all series. And just to watch them, kind of chip away at the lead, come back and get the chip, you have to be happy for New York, man. And I think that's the kind of consensus everybody's. Even if you're not a Knicks fan, after 53 years, you're happy to see them get it. It was fun, man. It was fun.
The NBA is better when the Knicks are good.
Oh, for sure. And they're one of those franchises that you can kind of you kind of watch them play, and even when they're not doing well, it's still the Garden, still the Knicks. But to see them winning and seeing them at the top of the mountain, it was fun, man. And shout out to Jalen Brunson, man. That guy. Everybody was talking down on him, and I'm loving the packages that they're putting together where they're showing everybody down talking them and downplaying them, and to see how he literally took over in the series and pulled the team to victory. Oh, I loved it, Todd.
So would that mean we're going to start seeing some Jalen Brunson posters in your office?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. You know better than that. I mean, it's 2 posters in my office, Todd. You got the GOAT and you got the Mamba, and not the LeBron James GOAT. We talking about the Michael Jordan GOAT. But no, man, it's as a fan of the game and just watching NBA basketball, because I didn't have a dog in the fight. And, it wasn't the Lakers, but at the same time, it was good competition that you can enjoy watching regardless of who you were cheering for. And I feel like at some point in time, everybody started cheering for the Knicks. I don't know exactly when, but you can kind of feel that shift where everybody wanted to see New York win. So San Antonio, it's between Wemby and just that team, they got a long time. He's young. He's freaking 12 years old, so it's not like he's going anywhere anytime soon. But in a league where it's a struggle to get to the finals, especially in the last 10 years. I'm loving the non-repeat champions.
Yes,
like that. I'm a big fan of that. Everybody kind of gets that. You love to see dynasties. You love to see teams win a lot, but you always get that fatigue at some point in time.
Parity in the league is always good.
Yes.
The more teams you get involved, the more fan bases you get involved, it's all good.
And I can't remember, was it Golden State, the last team? I'm pretty sure it was Golden State, the last team that won 2 in a row.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and then after that, it's just been a plethora of teams to get it. And I like that, man. It makes it fun. You don't have the people. Everybody always got some kind of beef with the NBA. Just if they don't watch it, they got beef and they hate on it for no apparent reason. But they always say, "Oh, well, you already know who's going to win." And no, we did not. Even though OKC were the favorites, you knew it was a chance they could get knocked off by San Antonio, which they did. And then we thought San Antonio was the favorite, and New York had other plans. But no, man, it was a great finals. I of course I would have rather had 7 games, because that's the NBA fan in me. So give me 7 of them things with a buzzer beater. But no, man, it was a great series, fun to watch, and definitely happy for New York, man. Hoping Spike Lee gets his ring. I'm just saying.
Oh, he deserves it.
Yes,
but I mean, if you do that, because there was some talk about it, where does it end? Because you saw their list of celebrities.
Yeah.
Like, can you give all of them rings?
But you know what? I feel like if you take all those celebrities, all of them are going to say, just give it to Spike. Every single one of them will say, just give it to Spike. I think I saw that right. He bought his season tickets Patrick Ewing's first year. Like, how crazy is that? Like, that's insane.
That is.
And he's had them ever since. I can't remember. I mean, I could probably look it up pretty fast, but I think they said from his tickets alone, it's about 10 million, something like that, over the course of his Knick fandom. That's crazy.
That is.
Like, that's insane.
Let's go to the phones and talk to Tim. What's up, Tim?
Hey, real quick, trying to see what y'all maybe know about the Leah Frollo, 6'11", 225 from Real Madrid.
Yeah, there's been some comparisons out there, and we know that Arkansas has been in the mix for some of these international players.
Okay. I didn't know if we've heard anything, finalizing or not. And then second thing, with Wemby and his longevity, you think he can go 15, 20? How long do you think he can with that body frame?
Man.
Yeah, I think he could go 15 or 20 for sure. But, I mean, when you think about bigger players that didn't play as long, Yao Ming comes to mind right away.
Yeah.
But he's a bigger frame. They carry more weight. They carry more weight.
Greg Oden.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you think with him being lighter?
Yeah, but I'm kind of with you, Tim, because even like his third year, his first couple, it's just I get scared every time he falls because it just looks like something's breaking because he is so slim. But he does work out. He's in shape, so he's working on it. But it does just kind of looking at him, you feel a little uneasy about all the banging and stuff. But he carries it well, and I wouldn't mind him putting on a couple more pounds of muscle just to kind of add to his frame and just build up his strength. But as long as he's taking care of himself, I mean, we've seen his game. We know he can play with it. So I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be fine.
Spurs are really one good draft away from really finalizing that championship, man. I mean, as close as they was, 29-point lead blown, and then whatever they was up this time. They're just one good draft, one good player away from probably closing that out there. And, I've thought over the last, 8 years, after like somebody wins, I'm like, damn, they're probably going to repeat. They're probably going to be like the next dynasty, but it don't happen. It don't happen.
You know what? I think if they would have had, and I thought De'Aaron Fox may have been that veteran leadership that they needed. If they had a vet that could have kind of slowed the game down for them in those moments where they literally gave the game away, I think they could have pulled it off. But it was like you can't allow breakdowns like that without slowing it down and kind of changing the temperature. I think even if they get a good vet, I think that'll help them out a whole lot.
Yeah, maybe it's they need one good off season.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. But yeah, they're not going anywhere, man. They're gonna be a tough team for the next few years.
Hey, appreciate the call, Tim. We're gonna take a break here on Out of Bounds and close out this last segment and get ready for hour 3. Stay tuned.
Good things come in mini packages at Southland Casino Hotel this May and June. Join us for Cruising into Summer. Saturdays from 7 to 11 p.m., 450 winners share over $400,000 in free play and prizes. One free daily entry, 500 points earns one more. Grand prize winners on May 30th and June 27th win a share of $10,000 free play or a 2026 Mini Cooper convertible. Cruise into Summer at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Camping season is here, and Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs is liquidating all 2026 year model travel trailers and fifth wheels. If you've been thinking about a new trailer, now is the time to buy. One of the many great deals is a 20-foot Salem with bunk beds, power awning, plywood floor, and much more for only $14,990 or $150 a month. Hurry while the selection is good. All these great deals can be seen at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters. There's some projects you keep saying, yeah, I'll get to that eventually. That was me with painting. Then I called CertaPro Painters, and honestly, the process was ridiculously easy, professional, on time, and they really care about doing it right. Celebrating America's 250th anniversary, you get $250 off projects of $2,500 or more when you schedule by July 10th. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated. So if your home or office could use a refresh, let freedom and fresh paint ring.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 25 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. This is our home. We don't work for insurance companies. We work for you. Car crash, truck wreck, motorcycle collision. We know how to win. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential. Hurt in the car? Call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 25 years and ready when you need us. LeVar Law. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. I've been a little surprised by how far people will come just to visit us.
People will travel just to get the best deal.
We've got $15,000 off Ram HDs this month. Ram half-tons start at just $35,900, or you can get 0% financing.
And don't forget Wranglers. They have 0% financing and start at $35,000. Take the short, beautiful drive to Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton.
Or visit us online at chriscranecars.com.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
Take the party wherever we go.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Last segment here before we hit 3 o'clock hour. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce, Darrell Young. So, Darrell, with end of NBA season is always a sad time.
Boy, you know it's sad for me.
And so, turning the page, how do you feel? Where do you go from here as far as thinking about future Lakers, NBA as a whole?
You know, it's that even though the season is over, it is always an exciting time to see how it's going to play out, you know, when the season starts back up. So I'm looking forward to some of the changes that are going to happen. I've already kind of told you how I feel about the Lakers standpoint. I feel like it's time to move on from LeBron, but I don't know if he's going to go anywhere. I feel like they're going to try to keep him around. I just feel like it would be better to let him go do what he wants to do. Now, he's playing well, obviously, but it's still such a he's still such a focal point on the team that I feel like for the team to improve, we have to let him go. We have to let him go do what he's going to do. It may be a tough season, but at the same time, that kind of shows that we're progressing forward, trying to do something else because we're really just kind of riding that wave of him as opposed to even looking like a potential championship contender because we're not. And the West is still way too good. They're getting better, and we're kind of staying in the same spot. So I think we got to move on from them, Joe. I think it's time. I don't know if most people would agree with me. Most people probably don't. But for the Lakers to get better, they're going to have to move on. That's just how it's got to be, man.
And then NBA draft, always an exciting time, and it happens quickly after the season is over, especially if finals are a 7-game series. In this case, not so quickly, but NBA draft right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. And the thing about it, with the draft comes, I you know me, I'm sloppy with the new kids that are coming in until it's right up against the time because I don't pay enough attention. But you look for that time to see if there's going to be any trade packages or any, you know, groundbreaking trades because that is around the time that some of them happen. Like whenever they're getting picks and somebody's kind of trading up and moving some things around. So now it's going to be a fun time. You know me, I'm going to find some ways to still watch NBA related stuff, even though, you know, it's the off season. But around here, you know, we're still going to be in the thick of baseball season for a while. But no, I'm still going to have plenty of NBA stuff to take care of.
How much NBA TV do you watch?
You know what? Not as much as I used to. That used to be my background back in the day. It used to just be on at all times. But you know, we watch a lot of NBA on Prime now. I'll say that. I really enjoyed that coverage.
Yeah, and you know, it took some getting used to, but you know, like you said, man, they have a great setup and you just love listening to them.
Yeah, you do.
Watching them.
Yeah, you do. So I'm ready for that next season too.
We're going to be back here with more of Out of Bounds. It's hour 3. We're going to do some What's Trending. So we'll have plenty from NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Final. We have some World Cup and UFC. So stick around. Hour 3 here on Out of Bounds.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part? It's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on
on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
If you're looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Ever wonder what bugs do when you're not looking? With Bugtopia at the Little Rock Zoo, the world beneath your feet gets big. Like really big. Meet the bugs that pollinate, build, and buzz our planet to life, up close and larger than ever. Bugtopia, crawling into the Little Rock Zoo March 21st through September 20th. It's wonder magnified and included with your zoo admission. Learn more at littlerockzoo.com.
More fun and games than an amusement park arcade. 1037 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
One teen is in custody and 3 others injured after shooting at an aquatic center in Stuttgart. Police say the shooting happened on Saturday. One man says his best friend was shot, but is doing okay after undergoing surgery. At this time, we don't have any updates on the other 2 victims. The city says the aquatic center will be closed until further notice, and police are asking for anyone with information to give them a call. And the Arkansas Inland Maritime Museum will have prime viewing area for this year's Pops on the River fireworks show. The show is set for Saturday, July 4th over the Arkansas River. Tickets for the party and parking passes are available online or at the museum in North Little Rock. A new royalty was crowned in this weekend's Miss Arkansas competition. Miss Saline County's teen Presley Bennett was crowned Miss Arkansas Teen. During the talent portion of the show, she tap danced to Michael Jackson medley. I'm KARK4's Whitney Thomas.
Catch the Buzz's ticker on our social media platform presented by Luxury Pool & Spa in Conway and Russellville, your pool and spa chemical headquarters. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
A little bit of cloud cover at times today, but all in all, partly cloudy sky for central Arkansas. We'll see the lower to mid 80s. Little Rock should top out at 83 degrees. In south Arkansas, there is a little chance of showers today. Tonight, partly cloudy down to 67. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer. It'll get up to 88 degrees. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
New Benihana promotion. Monday and Tuesday, lunch and dinner. 10% off of everything on the menu. Come to Benihana's.
Tune in each week for I Did Not See That Coming in the Zone. Every Tuesday, Justin and Phil discuss those stories that cause you to raise an eyebrow. I Did Not See That Coming is presented by Moe's Southwest Grill with the $9.99 lunch special, where you'll get a junior burrito, chips, queso, and a drink for only $9.99 in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, and Conway.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
To celebrate their partnership with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, your Arkansas Chevy dealers are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. For complete rules and to register to win, current Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt or see your Arkansas's best Chevy dealer for more details. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents 18 years or older who reside in Arkansas. Contest ends 12/31/26. Void where prohibited.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit risk-free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-296-6868. That's 800-296-6868.
The Honda Ride Red and Save Green sales event is happening at Honda Russellville. Get more done with a Pioneer 700 or 1000 side-by-side. Swing a leg over a dependable 4Trax Rancher ATV. Take your crew in a 4-seat Pioneer 704 or 5-seat Pioneer 1005. Bonus bucks on select models plus low-rate financing for qualified buyers. Visit HondaRussellville.com.
For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side nets and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda side-by-sides and ATVs are for riders 16 and older.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto Group, and I'm working today. And today, as always, we're fighting where other dealers are advertising online prices that they actually don't give. You walk in the store, they're at $1,900, $2,900, or they're saying you don't qualify for this rebate or that rebate. And of course, we have to explain that to the customers. It had me thinking, they're probably explaining to their customers that we do the same thing. Well, we do not. Whatever you see online at RedRiverAutoGroup.com will be the price you get. Check us out, RedRiverAutoGroup.com.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit PayPal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo-bae tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes funk. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Who that thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the off my stage. I'm the same man. Get the off my. That ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your prime. Show me something natural. I wanna feel some stretch marks. Still it take you down right on your mama couch in polo sock. Hey, this is way too crazy. Hey, you do not amaze me. Hey, I blew cool from ACA. Oh, how much is page me? Hey, I don't fabricate it. Hey, most of y'all be faking. Hey, I stay modest about it. Hey, she elaborated. Hey, this that great poop on that AV on that TED Talk. Hey, watch my soul speak. You let the meds talk. Hey, if I kill a
What's trending in the world of sports is sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansas with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
Under 5 to play. Brunson looks, Brunson drives, Brunson shoots, ties the game. Brunson gets away from Castle, the floater's up and good! Jalen Brunson with another answer. 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knick fans, this is not a dream. Your long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
That's what it sounded like Saturday night as Knicks win their championship. And last time they won a championship, 53 years ago, 1973. So that fan base have been waiting a long time.
Quite a long time.
To get that championship feeling back.
Well, and I think like Darrell was saying in the last hour, I think the predominant feeling, the more and more the Knicks kept winning, more and more people, even if they weren't necessarily NBA fans, were glad to see New York go ahead and win that championship after so long. I am going to shudder to think what that parade's going to look like on Thursday.
Man, listening to Fat Joe, and we know that several of Knicks fans who were celebrities, they were all at Madison Square Garden, but a lot of them made the trip to San Antonio.
Right.
They were there along with many other Knicks fans, and that building was loud with Knicks fans in San Antonio in a closeout game for Knicks, and they stuck around to see that championship presentation. And listening to Fat Joe, he talked about how yesterday and, on Saturday night, he's speaking of next day in New York, it was Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York.
Oh, wow.
So he was in San Antonio. He was in New York for Game 4, went to San Antonio for Game 5, had to be back in New York for a big celebration and parade for Puerto Rican Day parade that was there. And then Knicks are going to have their parade. So their fans have been partying for days now, and they're going to continue that party on through Thursday.
I'm all for it. Let them do it. I mean, you wait 53 years for a championship, go all out.
Jalen Brunson, he was asked how he put the team on his back, so to speak, towards the end of that game and in that Game 5 overall in scoring 45. And here's what Jalen Brunson had to say.
11 players in NBA history have a 45-point game in the NBA Finals, and you're one of them. What did it take to get that done tonight?
Everything. I was just trying to go out there, just will us to win. Wasn't focused on anything else besides trying to win the game. Getting stops, getting out and running, just figuring out how to cut that lead or to gain it when we got it. Really exciting moment knowing that we won't give up.
They didn't have a lead until late in that game. They had a lead early when it was 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't recapture that lead until late in the game in the moments that mattered. And they were able to hold on to that lead because Spurs still had a chance to tie it late or take the lead. And Knicks, they get that 4-point victory, though.
Yeah, and as was mentioned earlier, San Antonio fans could never get comfortable no matter how big that lead was, whether it was 2 or 20 or 27 like it was in the third quarter of Game 4. There was no getting comfortable for San Antonio because New York kept finding ways to come back and get close and then eventually take a lead late, which speaks to their mentality and the ability that they have to, no matter how much they may be down, find a way to win.
Josh Hart, he shared a moment not only with Jalen Brunson, but Mikal Bridges. They were all teammates in college at Villanova, and now they're teammates NBA, and they won a championship together.
Those are my brothers for life. We have a bond that will never be broken. Obviously, we, won a championship together. This one obviously takes the cake, but those are my brothers, man. I wouldn't want to go into a game with anybody else, but besides them by my back. So I love those guys, and we're going to be friends and brothers for a lifetime.
Also, Karl Anthony Towns, he was asked about taking the trophy, Larry O'Brien trophy, to his home country, DR.
Are you bringing the trophy
To the Dominican Republic.
Hell yeah, I'm bringing the trophy over there. We're taking it all over.
Taking it everywhere.
Yes, sir. I'm going to bring it to Santiago, Santo Domingo, Casa de Campo, La Romana. We're taking it everywhere. We're going to have a little world tour with it. But, it's great that Dominicans all around the world get to celebrate this moment. A huge shout out to Al Horford, who really inspired me to do this.
So, Karl Anthony Towns is one to treat Larry O'Brien trophy like Stanley Cup now.
Right.
Because Stanley Cup is that trophy that you think of that travels everywhere.
Well, every member of the winning team for the Stanley Cup, and I think even the coaching staff, get one specific day where they can do anything they want to with the Stanley Cup. Sounds like they're going to have to start doing that with the Larry O'Brien trophy as well.
Karl Anthony Towns also wanted to give some credit and just talk about Spurs and what they brought to the table and how good they're going to be for years to come.
Something that's always been talked about me and about my defense, and I'm glad I was able to show the world on the biggest stage that I could get it done against a great player too, who he's going to be something special for a lot of years to come. Once in a generation athlete. Shout out to the Spurs too, man. They the real deal. Shout out to Jersey's own too, Dylan Harper, man. He's a real deal. So. This is just a great moment for all of us on the Knicks organization and for the family. Pot! The young fellas get to enjoy this, man, and this is what it's all about, especially being a vet. You want to give your young fellas this moment. You want to show them what it takes to be great so that they could take the torch and I could watch them with my kids be great,
Also, Mitchell Robinson, he says that maybe there was something to it when Knicks were able to close out these series, something that happened a couple of times that they were able to finish off these series.
You know what's crazy? Yesterday at the hotel, I caught a snake.
Yeah, Mitch.
Again, I caught. When I caught a snake in the beginning of the playoffs, when we played Atlanta, we won. I caught one last night, and we won today. So I think it's something about snakes.
whatever works, right?
Snakes on a plane?
Hey, if you see something and there's some kind of correlation and it has to do with winning or a great moment,
sure,
it's whatever works.
And if you can rope Samuel L. Jackson in the process, why not?
Man, who's the new Sam Jackson is Coleman Dominguez.
Mm-hmm.
You see him everywhere.
Yep.
Any kind of movie, any kind of series that's out there, anything that you expect some box office and maybe some good comments about, Coleman Dominguez is part of it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Mike Brown on Jalen Brunson and what he brings to the table and getting the Knicks over the top and winning this championship.
He understands what winning's about. He comes and he probably takes a pay cut that I wouldn't have taken. Every time they would have thrown that number in front of me, I would have said no. And I feel like I'm a good guy. So he set the bar before he even stepped on the floor. Every time it came to renegotiate a deal with him. So that set the standard. Now when you take into his play into account, it's off the charts, man. I love Pat. Pat's up there. I hope Pat doesn't kill me. Pat's bigger than me. We're both old and slow, but because he's got a longer reach, he might be able to get me. But Jalen Brunson is him when it comes to New York basketball.
Yep.
He is freaking him.
Mitch Johnson, Spurs head coach. Here's his comments post Game 5.
We've been blood, sweat, and tears for 9 months, basically, and it's over. And so there'll be plenty of time for reflection. But, yeah, on the surface level, I don't think anybody other than the people in that room expected us to be here. So there's a lot of good in that, and there's a lot of pain in what just happened, and both things can be true. I hope they take the same thing that we've taken from our success. I hope it leads to them being hungrier than they've ever been, and I hope it leads them to be more motivated than they've ever been, and hopefully that leads them to be more, just to continue to improve in every facet.
James Dolan, Knicks owner, Saturday night. He had a message for Knicks fans.
We need to tell everybody in New York, right, that we know that they're celebrating. We want them to have a great time. Please be safe, right? Don't get hurt. Don't hurt anybody, right? We're going to have a parade on Thursday, but we want everybody tonight, right, in New York, be safe, okay? Celebrate, but be safe.
A message that he felt like had to be delivered because
they went a little crazy.
Knew there was going to be some of that.
There was some extracurricular activity. We'll call it.
Oh yeah, and you expected that.
Yeah,
it's been a long time waiting for that celebration, and we see it happen. But it is one of those things that you definitely want everybody to be careful in a situation like that, and just be as responsible as possible. We know that you're going to get a little irresponsible and things could get out of hand, but let's try to calm it down as much as you can.
That's why I'm saying, maybe the parade on Thursday, by that point, a lot of that extra stuff is out of the way, and the parade is one where it's a celebration more than anything else.
Carolina Hurricanes, they get it done in Game 6 versus Vegas Golden Knights. They win 3-0.
What a deserving Stanley Cup champion the Carolina Hurricanes are. One of the best teams in the regular season and a brilliant playoff performance.
And they're going to clinch it appropriately with a total team effort and a shutout. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time.
And Conn Smythe winner Jordan Staal, who had an incredible final altogether. All 6 games, played great, and he's a big reason Carolina Hurricanes won. Here's a moment he's announced as Conn Smythe winner.
We're just so proud of this group and
this year's recipient has played for the Carolina Hurricanes longer than any other player. He tied a record for a goal-scoring streak in the final, and his face-off percentage win of almost 70% almost actually sets a record. And finally, Jordan Staal, you are the oldest player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Here's Jordan Staal after that moment.
We're just so proud of this group and being able to pull this off is a dream come true.
All through this final, you did not want to get big picture. Well, I have to ask now, 17 years, Jordan, what's it been like?
Yeah, long, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about perseverance and trusting God and all those things. I mean, it's life, and it's been such a grind, and we've been grinding with these guys for so long, just trying to break through, keeping at it, and my goodness, we pulled it off. I can't describe it.
So you come to Carolina, Jordan, get a chance to play with your brother. Eric eventually goes on, but you stuck around. What kept you believing that at some point something like this could happen?
That was another thing. I mean, sticking with it. I know, some guys just jump ship, and I believe in this organization. I believe in everyone in it. I mean, from Roddy and Tom taking over all the way through, it's such an amazing feeling to build something like that and be a part of that and then pull it off. I can't imagine anything better.
Also, Carolina Hurricanes goalie Brandon Bussey, he didn't start the series, but eventually he got in and he finished the series. And here are his thoughts post Game 6 and Carolina Hurricanes winning.
It's absolutely special. This team is special. Our work ethic, our resiliency. I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of everybody behind the scenes in the organization, the people that don't get the credit. They're able to make us do what we do for a living. So it's a great day for the Carolina Hurricanes and all of our fans.
Also, UFC Freedom 250. We talked about how there were 7 fights, 7 knockouts. Here's every knockout that happened, and we want to acknowledge the winners who got those knockouts: Diego Lopez, Bo Nickel, Mauricio Ruffy, Josh Hokett, Sean O'Malley, Cyril Gahn, and Justin Gaethje.
Now a counter from
in D.C.
Combination punches by Hogan.
I mean, they're moving at two totally different speeds.
To the distance. That should do it. And it does. Still undefeated. Josh Hogan 10-0 gets Derek Lewis out of there in round 2. Walks off. And there it is. Winning streak ends at 7. Sean O'Malley said he was going to knock him out. And he gets it done. He's hurt. He is in real trouble.
Real trouble.
Oh, big elbows from Bongama.
Oh, my goodness. He's done.
Pineda back to his feet. Crushing right from Gunn. And that'll do it. That's it. He's gone. And new undisputed lightweight champion.
Oh, my goodness.
Justin Gaethje with the ultimate career capstone at the Worlds.
He retired on his stool.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's Justin Gaethje after that fight.
I have such an opposite mindset as to what he was putting out there. I told myself I was going to lose. I told myself I was going to get embarrassed so that I can go to my most primal place and dig deep. And I had to. That guy had me in trouble. He had me rocked rocked my chin, smoked my liver, and I stuck in it. And look at my face. I got some thick-ass skin, I'll tell you that. Something's wrong with my face. It needs to be studied.
It does need to be studied. Listen, Justin, this was an amazing performance. I don't even want to talk to whether or not you're going to retire, really.
I promised my mom I wouldn't make a decision tonight.
So there was some discussion about Justin Gaethje and possibly retiring no matter what the outcome was, but he was able to come away with a big win, and he said he wasn't going to rush to a decision anyway. He promised that to his mom, and the way he looked in that fight, there's no reason for him to step away.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you come off a win like that and it's an impressive performance and you feel like you can keep going as long as you feel like you can. I mean, your body will ultimately tell you when you're done, and if that's not the time yet, then that's not the time, so keep going.
And there is something to be said about going out on top.
Sure.
So maybe that was part of the discussion also, that he just achieved something, spectacular, and especially being a big underdog going into that fight. But as he said, he wasn't going to rush in the moment to make a decision like that.
Right. John Elway went out on top. There have been other cases where athletes have retired on their terms, and certainly there's something to be said for that. But like I said, if he feels like he can continue going and continue to perform at the level he did last night, then as long as you can continue to do it, why not?
You know what, Todd, to your point also, combat sports, boxers, MMA fighters, they seem to have a hard time with knowing when's the right time to step away. All athletes, they struggle with knowing that it's time to step away, but we so often see combat fighters, combat sports, they will retire and then eventually make their way back. It happens all the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I guess it's probably more of a situation where, well, let me see if I can get my body right, and then once it gets right, we'll see where it goes, and if I feel like maybe I can make a comeback, then I will. And that's probably what's happened in a few cases, but I'm sure there have also been cases on the flip side where they've stepped away just to try to get their body right, and then come to find out, oh, wait, there are more significant things going on than I thought. It's probably best that I stepped away when I did so that they don't get worse.
U.S. got a big win versus Paraguay on Friday, 4-1 World Cup.
Pulisic on the run. Pulisic trying to cut it back. It's Balogun. That time it's in. That time the flag is staying down. That time it's 2-0 United States. Gio Reyna.
Like that call a lot. He carried out Gio Reyna's name like goal. He carried it out like that. So that was a nice call.
The soccer tends to lend itself to stuff like that. I mean, there are, football has its own version of announcers who have had good calls. Basketball, baseball, they all lend themselves to a certain cadence and a certain rhythm. So soccer is certainly that way as well. So when you kind of get used to that rhythm as an announcer, I would think, and be able to have a call like that. I'm sure, they're finding some way to store that and have that in a library somewhere.
Had some baseball over the weekend. Twins get it done versus Cardinals 5-4.
Told me the other day he thinks
Caratini is going to update those numbers right now, Audra, because the Twins have the lead. A go-ahead 2-run homer from Victor is fourth. And one swing of the bat, the Twins lead 2-1.
We've seen a lot of runs in games that A's have been involved in this year.
Yesterday especially.
Yeah, they were on the losing end of it. 23-9, Rockies.
This ball, take a good look. You won't see it for long. That was obliterated. And that's homer number 20. 9-6 rock show in Vegas. Oh, boy. This is another one for TJ. That's a 23rd run. And TJ with his 9th of the year.
Will Castro hit a 2-run home run in that game. He hit a grand slam in that game.
My goodness.
Hunter Goodman had 2 solo home runs. TJ Rumfield had a solo home run. Troy Johnson had a 2-run home run. Man, just runs everywhere. We'll be back with more of Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce. Stay tuned.
Join the Zone this Friday with Justin and Phil broadcasting live from UAMS Health Ortho Now, the walk-in orthopedic clinic located inside the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital on the UAMS campus in Little Rock. Ortho Now provides fast, expert care for orthopedic injuries with no appointment required. The Zone, starting at 10 at UAMS Health Ortho Now, right here on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is Sports Center.
This weekend, we got a new NBA and new NHL champion. The New York Knicks finished off the San Antonio Spurs in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, taking that one 94-90, making them the 8th different NBA champion in a row. The Knicks overcame a 16-point Spurs lead in Game 5, meaning New York came back from double digits down in every game of the Finals. Knicks guard Jalen Brunson was named Finals MVP after becoming the first Knick to score 40 or more in the Finals. Brunson scored 45 of the Knicks' 94 points in the deciding game, giving the Knicks their first championship in 53 years. And in the Stanley Cup Final, the Carolina Hurricanes shut out the Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 in Game 6 to give the Canes their first championship in 20 years. Captain Jordan Stahl was given the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoff MVP, and Carolina coach Rod Brindamore, who was the Carolina captain when they won their first title in 2006, became the 7th person in NHL history to win a title as a player and a coach with the same team. I'm Moose for the Buzz Radio Network.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available here in the state of Arkansas. And on the biggest soccer stage in the world this summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is changing the soccer game with a feature built for soccer fans. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. It can happen at any moment. 1 minute they're on the pitch creating chances, and the next they're heading to the bench. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your soccer player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. When your player leaves the match, your bet automatically continues on with the substitute player. So, whether the action happens early, late, or deep into stoppage time, you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 plus and present in Arkansas. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
River Valley Tractor is here to help you turn your dream projects into reality. You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on their versatile, reliable lineup. Stop in today for the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, 0% financing available or save up to $5,500 on select compact tractors. Sale ends soon. Go to rivervalleytractor.com for more information.
Johnston's Home Center presents Bubba Carpenter when he gets in the zone with Justin and DJ each week. Outdoor supplies, mowers, appliances, and much more can all be found at Johnston's Home Center. Johnston's Home Center in Benton, your one-stop shop. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, whether it's damage from smoke, water, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. Their extensively trained team, state-of-the-art equipment, and 24/7 rapid response will help get your life back on track fast. Because this isn't just their service area, it's their home. When you need them, find them at rainbowrestores.com. Rainbow Restoration, where they restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
We got the big deals at the Big Lot. Summer is here at the Big Lot. If you need a truck or an SUV for the lake this summer, maybe a Jeep for some off-road fun, come see us at the Big Lot.
Folks, we have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at under $20,000, and our banks work with any credit situation.
You can buy with zero down, and our lenders love saying yes. So come see us at the Big Lot at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton. The Big Lot Benton.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce. We're watching some World Cup right now. Belgium and
Egypt.
Is that Egypt? Okay. Yeah, Belgium and Egypt. They are locked up in a 1-1 draw now, 73rd minute. And you usually get great odds on a draw. And right now on Bet Saracen, since it's live and they're so deep into the game, it's plus 100. So it's even money. But looking at some other matches coming up, and you have overwhelming favorites in some of these games, like Saudi Arabia taking on Uruguay. Saudi Arabia is plus 700. And if there's a draw in that game for some reason, it's plus 350. So not as great odds for the draw that you get on Saudi Arabia winning the game outright. And over-under is 2.5 goals. Over-under in this game, actually, looking at live now, it changed in the moment, Todd. It was 3.5, and now it's been knocked down to 2.5. So if one of these teams is able to score and you took the over here, you come out a winner. And you can do that right now on Live Now on Bet Saracen.
That's cool that you have the ability to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So any games, matches, anything that's going on, go to that Live Now tab and see what kind of wagering options you can get.
Lots of flexibility, lots of different ways to win.
Also, another match coming up. Iran, New Zealand. Iran is minus 130. So they're favored. New Zealand is plus 400. And a draw in that match, plus 250. And I think a pretty standard line. Over-under is 2.5. But to begin this game for Belgium and Egypt, it happened to go up a bit.
Yeah, 2.5 would seem to be a pretty standard total for a soccer match. Usually, I mean, very rarely do you go and see like the 4-1 win that the United States had Friday is it happens, but it's usually a 2-1 or a 3-2 or something like that.
You know what? This year, though, with some of these opening matches, there have been some high scores.
There have
been some really high scores. Let's see if we can take a look at some of the action that happened already. Friday, okay, you had 2 games. Let's see. Yesterday, Germany beat Curacao 7-1. Sweden beat Tunisia 5-1.
My goodness.
So these
Just
are
in those
some,
2 matches, yeah.
Yeah, and these are some of the countries that are favored and expected to do well, and you see them scoring a lot of goals. So that's why it was encouraging to see U.S. score 4 goals.
Absolutely.
Because the countries that are favored and expected to do well, they're scoring a lot, especially when they're in some of these mismatches.
Well, and that's just taking advantage of the matchup. I mean, especially, I'm not sure if the World Cup quite uses goal aggregate like they might in English Premier League or something like that. But, I mean, they already know the more goals they score, the more goals that they don't allow, that aggregate is going to be important at some place down the road. So, I mean, it kind of stinks for the team that gets beaten 7-1. But the team that's on the plus side of that, I mean, that aggregate may wind up helping them down the road.
Brendan Sorsby, the case that goes on and on.
And on and on.
And we'll see just how long it plays out. But NCAA has asked court for a ruling on Sorsby before the season. So we know that there was an initial date, and it was set after the season. But NCAA, they're trying to get the case expedited and trying to get a ruling beforehand.
And I know the Big 12, I saw something earlier today where the Big 12 is attempting some sort of court action. I forget what it is off the top of my head, so I apologize. But ultimately, I think what it would allow the Big 12 to do is to make some sort of final decision on Sorsby's eligibility for the season if for some reason that NCAA case does not get expedited.
And for conferences, you want that kind of rule.
Yes.
You want some authority in a case like that.
Authority and autonomy, absolutely.
For this upcoming NBA draft, Darren Peterson, who's expected to be a top 5 pick, and some would say could be a number 1 overall pick. Well, Darren Peterson, he's taking matters into his own hands. He's only working out for Washington Wizards, who have the number 1 overall pick. So he's not even going to work out for other teams in the top 5. He's limiting his options and only wants to work out for Washington Wizards because he's trying to send that message that he should be number 1 overall pick.
Well, and also, I'm sure, well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say I'm sure, but I would think in most cases, even if you have one workout, there's going to be other people there, video available. So, I mean, it's not like it's not going to be accessible to other teams in the league to see, well, how did that workout go? Well, okay, well, let's go here and check it out. And then, I would think it would be available on that basis. I don't know that for a fact.
And then on the contrary, AJ DeBanza, who there's an argument for him being number 1 overall pick. He's going to work out for top 2 teams. He's working out for Wizards, who have number 1 overall pick, Jazz, who have number 2 pick, and there's some connection there because he played at BYU in college.
Right.
And now Utah Jazz have that number 2 pick. So there could be something that happens where Utah is able to get A.J. DeBanza.
That would not surprise me in the least.
And then Tiago Splitter. He was interim head coach for Portland Trailblazers this year, and they did really well, and they got number 7 seed in Western Conference, and there was a thought that he may become their permanent head coach. Well, there's another team that's trying to get his services. Chicago Bulls are finalizing a contract and trying to get Tiago Splitter and make him their head coach. So Portland Trailblazers may be dropping the ball here and letting Tiago Splitter get away. Chicago Bulls looking to hire him.
One would think Portland would be seeing these reports and trying to make sure they get their best offer buttoned up before any sort of negotiation with Chicago would happen. But so I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Good for him that he's being, that he did so well that now he's got a couple of different teams after him.
Absolutely. And Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, he gave his thoughts on Brendan Sorsby and what's going on there. He said something's wrong with that. Said somebody's gambling on a sport they're playing. You don't think something's wrong with it? Just say that to yourself. This guy on my team is gambling on the sport in the competition that we're about to go out there and play, and there's just something wrong with it. And he said the game is still the game. The game is just positioned differently. Money's involved, and anytime money's involved, people tend to migrate to what they think they can get out of, but instead it's what they could put into it. That's what you should be thinking about more so, and he just says that's unfortunate that it's come to that point where we're hearing about players that are involved in gambling, and we know how big gambling is as a part of sports, and it's filtering into areas that it shouldn't with players that are involved in the game.
And there's certainly a case to be made for, those who have addiction issues with gambling or whatnot. But as Bill Vickery and I were reporting out on the Sunday Buzz yesterday morning, this seems to be more of a case, or at least it did to both of us, where it's more of an attempt to try to put a nice little package on a situation and a pretty little bow on it in an attempt to avoid whatever circumstances come down the road as a result of finding out that he did what he did. So I'm sorry, my thoughts are getting all scrambled here. I apologize. Consequences are consequences for a reason. And so when you come into a situation like this, there's got to be accountability at some point in the process, in the matter. And right now, what you're not seeing from Sorsby is a whole lot of accountability. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for is, okay, well, we know what he's done. It's already been proven what he's done. There's got to be some sort of end result to it.
Do you think the addiction part of it does that give a different take and maybe a reason that it should be forgiven in a sense?
Well, I think, again, I say all this not to belittle those who suffer from that addiction or to make it any less of an issue than it already is, because we already know it's an important enough situation where it needs to be handled with directly when that situation is encountered. Do I feel like this is necessarily that situation? Now, I myself, like anyone else, none of us truly know what the situation is, but from what I see of it, on the face of it, it would seem to me to be more of a situation where it's, and trying to come up with an excuse to avoid the punishment that's coming down the line.
We'll be back with more of Out of Bounds. Final segment coming up. Stay tuned.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours or just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and when it comes to your home, you want it done right. And that's why homeowners trust CertaPro Painters for professional painting and a worry-free process from start to finish. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with $250 off projects of $2,500 or more when you schedule by July 10th. From free estimates and reliable communication to quality craftsmanship at the right price. CertaPro Painters takes pride in exceeding expectations. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
This is the Pigskin Preacher.
bringing you the word. A city bus in Washington, D.C. crashed into an area restaurant on April the 4th, leaving 3 people injured. The 3, all adult females, were the bus driver, a bus passenger, and the driver of the SUV the bus hit. Did I mention that the driver was a woman? Hey, you were thinking it too. Saudi Arabia did not let women drive until 2018. Thankfully, the kingdom rescinded that discriminatory yet completely understandable law. Double B's, on the other hand, has always supported women. Women drivers, women cashiers, apply at doubleb's.com, women athletes, women doctors, women lawyers, women business leaders, etc., etc. Double B's is for sisters doing it for themselves. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's nothing better than calling the Hogs with your fellow Razorback fans. Now's the time to start making lasting family memories with the Hogs by joining the Razorback Foundation. Annual memberships start as low as $50 per year. The financial support provided by Razorback Foundation members makes a once-in-a-lifetime experience possible for more than 465 student athletes. Your gifts provide scholarships, academic support, training and nutrition, as well as professional and personal development assistance. Razorback Foundation members earn access to season tickets, priority seating and parking, tailgating, invitations to exclusive coaches and player events, as well as discounts to local restaurants and Hog Heaven stores. Your support will help the Razorbacks continue the path of success and bring home even more SEC and national championships. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com for more information. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. Can't wait to see you on the Hill. Go Hogs!
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Rick Schaefer and I will be joined by Neil Atkinson from Ed Saracen, Trey Biddy thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai, and Genesis of Conway, and Kevin Hoop Scoot McPherson from Hogville.net. It's all right here from 4 to 7 on 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Last segment, Joe Franklin, Todd Pierce, Wes Moore enjoying a day off and enjoying some days off for the next few days. We'll be back on Friday. Let's take a look at some more wagering options on Bet Saracen. Live now, you also have College World Series. Texas putting it on Alabama, 11-2. And the over-under for that game, they're in top of 7th inning, over-under. 15.5. So they're currently sitting at 13. And if you think they can score some more runs, they need to score 3 more to get over. Or if you want to take under, that's an option you have right now on Bet Saracen live now. Georgia, Oklahoma. Georgia is a 2.5 run favorite. And over-under is 12.5 runs. West Virginia, Troy, West Virginia. Same line. 2.5 as a favorite and 12.5 runs. That's your over-under on Bet Saracen. And a number of MLB games, WNBA, whatever the sport is, you can find a wagering option there on Bet Saracen. They have MLB specials, NCAA baseball specials, World Cup specials on that specials tab. And at that top banner, just scroll through it and click on it, and you can see several promotions there on Bet Saracen. We're joined by Randy Rainwater in studio. Randy.
What's up, my man, Joe?
How was your weekend?
Busy. I think I watched again 24 hours a day, 3 days in a row of watching nothing but sports. But a lot going on. You mentioned WNBA. NBA's done now with the Knicks. So that takes one thing off of our plate.
Yeah.
If you're a hockey fan, you know Carolina won the first time in 20 years, so take that one off of our plate.
It's happening all at once.
College World Series. You mentioned that a few moments ago, Alabama. Whew, they're getting their tails kicked a little bit by the Longhorns. The big story, obviously, was either Troy and West Virginia, who were first-time participants in the College World Series. Well, Troy sent home one of our SEC brothers, an Ole Miss, and
there may be some people that are actually happy about that.
yeah, I'm not sure in Arkansas. That's a good question to ask. Well, you pulling for Ole Miss? No, probably not. But just a lot going on, Joe. A lot of sports, and it does help that a few things do come to a close. And now you look towards next season. Just takes one more thing off my plate. I feel like I need to watch.
World Cup on Friday, of course, U.S., they come away with that big win versus Paraguay. And coming up Friday, U.S. is taking on Australia. Out of Bounds is going to be at Twin Peaks. And it'll be a great place to come watch World Cup and any of the sporting events that are going on. Did you watch any more World Cup? You get a chance to watch any more outside of U.S. on Friday?
I just kind of peek in on stuff. I really don't. I'm not into it because I don't understand it totally. I asked the other day Sean Jones about, he's with the Arkansas Wolves, a big soccer expert, and I kept trying to get a clear reason why you have offsides, which totally kills the team with athleticism or the team that is superior. I don't understand why you have the offsides. If I'm capable of beating you down there, well, shouldn't that make me as vulnerable on the other end defensively? You know, what we might call it a good old fast break.
Yeah.
The other direction. So, but no, I kind of checked in and out. I will not probably lock back in until the United States plays again.
And that offside that you're speaking of, they go to video replay, and they can see exactly where a player is. And if you're just a step ahead of that defender, you're offside.
I know.
There's no leeway with it.
That's what I don't like about it. I mean, again, you're penalizing athleticism, and I'm sure there is a reason why we don't bunch several guys right in front of the net and you try to work it in. It just kind of like a power play. But that's their rules, and that's what you abide by.
And for this game going on right now, Belgium and Egypt, they're in their 94th minute, and they're only going to play to 95 minutes. So there's some time that was added because they go 90 minutes, and then you'll see the time that's added on before halftime and end the game. But this one looks like it's close enough where it could be a draw. It's getting to be about that time, and you'll see in these moments a sense of urgency where this team is trying to score so they can break that draw.
Well, I know on Bet Saracen you were talking about this earlier, about there is a specific, I guess you can call it application, but there is a box there for draw. And I'm thinking, Joe, I again, not knowing numbers or facts, but there seems to be a number of draws already.
Yeah. Put just a smaller, small wager on a draw and see what happens, because you do get great wagering options on draws.
Yeah, like plus 230, 250, whatever it may be. But I don't know the history behind all this, whether or not this is what you call the norm once you get to World Cup play, where you have this many draws.
What's coming up on Drive Time today?
Got a full day once again. Trey Biddy joins us at 4:30 of hogsports.com, publisher. Thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. Pat Bradley joins us today. Patrick joins us around 6 o'clock. Thanks to Bet Saracen and Razorback Camper Sales. Kind of a typical Monday, I guess you'd say. Just kind of getting reacclimated back into the flow of things.
Getting reset for the week, and always busy coming off the weekend.
Always busy.
All right, that's it for Out of Bounds. Stay tuned for Drive Time Sports coming up next.
Fried green tomato salad is back and better than ever at Eat My Catfish. It'll only be here for a limited time. Stop by or order online from